I have a question for you. Do you ever go to the mountains or to the ocean or into the forest, into nature to get a wider perspective on things when your mind might be dwelling on some issue? Or if you're in a city, do you ever go up on like a rooftop or a balcony to kind of see the city from a big overview and have that be a kind of a support for your mind to think bigger, to see things from that bigger, wider perspective? So I was thinking about this the other day because next week, as you may know, I'm starting up a course called Courage to Speak. And it's a course on wise interrupting, making healthy boundaries, speaking truth. And I was thinking about how one of the key elements for me in all those things, when I'm wanting to bring my truth to a situation, wanting to raise my voice up, one of the things I want to have when I do that is to be coming from a bigger perspective, a wider perspective. I don't want to be just coming from like, oh, I'm upset about something, so here's my needs, and I'm just going to put that on the table. That's fine, but it's also a very small perspective, and it's not necessarily a perspective that's going to reach other people's hearts, not necessarily a perspective that's going to connect and help make the connection that I want. And this is something I've just learned through experience. So I wanted to share with you today, in case this is all kind of resonating for you, I wanted to share with you today a little practice that maybe can help you in your own life. If you're at a moment where you're wanting to speak your truth or make a boundary or bring your voice to a situation, and you want to be coming from that bigger perspective. And what I want to share with you is a little trick that can help you, even if you don't have access right now or the time to get out to the mountains, to the ocean, to the forest, to that high place in the city. Just how to find that bigger perspective right now in the middle of your situation. So if you're with me and want to try this, I invite you to think about for a moment a situation where you're maybe wanting to speak your truth, maybe wanting to set a healthy boundary, maybe even a situation that comes up repeatedly and you'd like to find the words for how to interrupt in a way that's going to be connecting. So take a moment and think of that situation. Got one? All right, so I'm going to take you to the next step, which is I want to invite you to think about, with your situation, what's that higher vision, that higher purpose that you sense connects you and the person or people you're talking about or wanting to talk to? What is it that you all share in common that's really important to you? That with your words, with your boundary or with the truth you want to share, with your interruption, you want to actually help move all of you in that direction, yourself included, but all of you. What's that higher vision or purpose you all share? I'm thinking about an example that is quite common. A lot of relationships, people say, well, one of us wants space and the other wants closeness or intimacy, so, we have opposite needs here. So how do we bring those together? And what I like to share with people is say, well, think about it. I don't know anybody who wants a relationship where there's intimacy but no space, or space but no intimacy. Everybody wants some combination of both. So if you were in such a situation and this is where you want to speak your truth, you could begin by sharing this higher perspective of, I really get we both want a relationship where we have the space to be ourselves and express ourselves and grow authentically to who we each are. I really get we want that kind of relationship. And I also get we want a relationship where along with that, we want to have the kind of closeness and intimacy which nurtures that, where we both feel totally seen by the other and known by the other, and that we have each other's back. And so that when we're together, there's this sense of, wow, we really intimately know one another and really trust and are loved by the other. So I really get we're wanting this kind of relationship where there's this space to be authentic to ourselves and simultaneously close with another who really knows us from every last cell in our body. So that's a way of painting a picture of a vision which would unite you and a partner if you had these kinds of seemingly opposed needs of space and intimacy. I'll give another example. When I was in an organization or a government organization, and I was working on this project where it seemed like there was a lot of different needs on the table for moving this project forward. What I sensed was the higher vision that united us all was that we all really had a desire to see this project succeed. And we wanted to have enough trust and cohesion and ease of working together that we could make that project succeed. So for us, that was the higher vision. You know, if I was speaking up in that group, interrupting or making a boundary or speaking my truth, I was speaking to that higher vision of saying, hey guys, I get we all really want to see this project succeed, and we want to do everything we can to build the trust and the ease of working together to make that happen. So these are just two examples. I want you to think about your own situation now and think about what's the higher purpose or vision that brings you and the other person or people in your situation together. What is it that you all want in common? That your speaking up, your boundary or your truth is actually going to help move towards. What is that shared purpose or vision? So if you need to pause to think about that some more, please do. But if you've got it now, if you have a sense of what is that shared purpose or vision, I invite you to take even one more step with that, which is to really feel it in your bones, feel it in your body, really feel what does it feel like, that sense of that, yes, we are united on this shared purpose or vision. Feel that connection in your body. Where do you feel it? For me, it's often this kind of excitement, this swelling in my chest, this warmth, this inspiration, this aliveness. Where do you feel it in your situation? That connection where you share that higher purpose and vision with the person you're speaking to. Then breathe and allow yourself to feel that. You got it? You got some part of that, little piece of that feeling? I invite you to really savor and sink into that. And here's the thing. This is the feeling, this is the sense I want to, what is the word here? I want you to use that as your propulsion, your energy that launches you into the conversation when you're wanting to speak your truth or make that boundary or interrupt. I want you to be guided by that feeling of, yes, I get we're all connected on this. And here's what I like to do. Here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to request. Here's what I'm responding to as I try to move us towards that thing we all want. So I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you can utilize that today to find that bigger perspective in whatever situation you might be facing in your own life. If you'd like additional help around speaking your truth or making healthy boundaries, more skills around wisely interrupting, I've got a whole lot more I'm going to share in the course starting next week. If you click the link below the video, you can learn more about it and how to sign up. One of the things I want to name that I will be dealing with is how to unpack and deal with, transform the fears that you might have around speaking truth and making healthy boundaries. That's one of the juicy topics we're also going to dive into. And also how to clean up your messes, like after you've said something that maybe has upset some people. So anyway, we're going to get into that and a lot more. I hope to see some of you there. This week there's still an early bird discount, so I hope you'll take advantage of that, and talk to you later.